It's time now for the Peter Channel 11 o'clock news. It is late Wednesday night, March 16th, 2016. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins. Here are your top news headlines at 11 o'clock on this late Wednesday night. Top story at 11 is Washington, where President Obama Wednesday nominated Merrick B. Garland to be the nation's 113th Supreme Court Justice, chosen a centrist appellate judge who could reshape the court for a generation and become the face of a bitter election year. With an increasingly loud talk about candidates to the Republican convention, the obscure process of picking who actually gets to be a delegate is about to get underway in states across the country with an urgency that has not been felt in decades. Brasilia, Sao Paulo, protests erupted in several Brazilian cities on Wednesday after President Dilma Rousseff named their predecessor Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva chief of staff in a take. Conversation Fed opposition claimed that the move was meant to shield Lula. Frank Sinatra Jr., the son of legend singer Frank Sinatra, and honors himself, has died. He was 72. If you have a happy face, maybe it should be Denmark. Once again, Denmark topped the United Nations list of the happiest countries in the world. The United States is proposed to reduce sanctions on North Korea, blocked less than more than a dozen government officials, agencies, and companies in a response to what the administration called Pyongyang's illicit nuclear and ballistic missile tests earlier. Private Lebanon, Syrian Kurdish parties are working on a plan to declare a federal region across much of northern Syria, several of the representatives said on Wednesday. Pyongyang, North Korea. North Korea's highest court sentenced an American tourist to 15 years of prison for hard labor for subversion on Wednesday, weeks after 40 days presented him the media with two capacity and tried to steal a sign. Hunt on Fatou in Belgium linked to Paris attacks. Dhaka, Senegal, two female suicide bombers detonated explosions on Wednesday morning in an attack on a mosque in North in Nigeria, killing 24 people and wounded 18. London, the Islamic State has lost 22% of its territory since during first potential turn the tide in a war against the terror group, as New Analysts said. In order to 24 hours shut down the Washington's regional rail system for safety reasons, Metro General Manager Paul J. Whitfield said he also hoped the Senate force will signal to accept that the new bus return to put passengers to security as the Metro safety check spots severe cable damage in 3 sections. An off-duty suburban Dallas police officer was fatally shot a 16-year-old when wounded another juvenile was arrested Wednesday suspicious murder and greater assault, authorities said. A Uber driver charged with killing 6 people in Kalamazoo has filed a federal civil rights lawsuit for a $10 million amount against the Atlantic Transportation Company allegedly treated him poorly and ruined his life. 5 sheriff's deputies in North Carolina have been suspended without pay following a Donald Trump rally where protesters were psychopathologically being escorted. He said Wednesday. Los Angeles. The hackers group known as Anonymous declared total war on Donald Trump's presidential campaign about to take down Windows websites on April 1st. Chicago. Members of the Chicago Cubs expressed disappointment Wednesday over a new law that will ban smokeless tobacco at the city's sports venues for fans and players. Austin, Texas. Michelle Obama spoke there and claimed SXSWR special in Texas Wednesday, during which she says she's got no plan to run for the president in the future. In Foxborough, it was quite a final weekend before the deadline for nomination papers in the May 2nd election. 3 more candidates threw their hats into the ring for the voters elected, including one who was assumed to be departed of the board. Selectman Chairman Jim DeMille spent his goodbye letter last month and sat down for the review after coming to the decision he would have run for the 3rd term. Since that time, however, DeMille says reversed himself and now as candidate in what has become a 5-person race. DeMille said the federal incumbent John Gray will sit on the ballot on Wednesday along with former Selectman Mark Sullivan, political newcomer Mark Gelsman, and past Selectman candidate Steve Sloan, Water Department employee Robert Palin, the second person to take out permits to run for the board, and ended up not returning them. So what changed for DeMille? People ask him to reconsider. Foxborough. Mayor Kevin Dumas has asked the City Council to offer or needed to borrow $1.2 million to replace 8 emergency vehicles. Norton, the Commission will Massachusetts Civil Rights Agency will give the keynote speech at Wharton College commencement on May 21st. Boston. The distributor and Oscar-winning film Spotlight has acknowledged that filmmakers fabricated dialogue that made it appear that the Boston College spokesman downplayed extended the Catholic priest's sex abuse scandal. Jack Dunn, director of the News and Public Affairs Office at the Jesuit University, said Wednesday that he became physically ill when he saw the film that day had opened in Boston and he tweeted a lawyer demanded the scene be removed, although no lawsuit had been filed. The movie about the Boston Globe investigation into the abuse scandal won the Academy Award for Best Picture. Charlton, Mass. Massachusetts State Police trooper was injured in a car crash and a Massachusetts tripback has died. Asian shares rose the most in 2 weeks, and the region's emerging market currency strengthened after the Federal Reserve scaled back its petition to interest rate hikes. Ruffin Technologies Incorporated, a laser products company contended with harsh price fight as $29.42 million deal for a sale of credit. Incorporated a $32.50 a share deal provides a 42% premium to Ruffin Dinars. U.S. drug distributor Mickey's Incorporation said on Wednesday to cut 1,600 jobs, or about 4% of its U.S. workforce, to slash costs after the company lost some of its key customers. New York's Plaza Hotel is poised to go on an auction about next month, potentially ending the 2 years of uncertainty of ownership of the storied property off Central Park. Department of Nova Scotia, the Canadian Coast Guard, has taken delivery of the 15th and final Bell 429 lift helicopter ordered in 2014 from Bell Helicopter Textron Canada Limited. Woodland Hills, California. Norfolk government has been selected by the U.S. military to develop an extreme navigation-grade internal management unit for munitions. Champaign, Illinois. For decades, fossil hunters come into the creek in north central Illinois have been rewarded with the preserved remnants of a prehistoric creature. Its white-set eyes and soft and long arm like a pedigree ascendant. Ascendant phenomenon of circle bearing patches and the dry grass known as fairy circles was once thought to be only existed in the Namib Desert in Namibia, Africa. 2015, NASA's Dawn space probe set back the first images that directly revealed the presence of mysterious bright spots on the surface of Ceres and large objects in an asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. Thanks to genetic energy, scientists say they have created chicken embryos with their legs, a long dead dinosaur, but let's be clear, chickens already had dinosaur legs. A clinical trial in which sponsors were infected with dengue virus 6 months after receiving an EBR, an experimental dengue vaccine developed by scientists from the National Institute of Health and a place for injecting yields directly. Doctors may need to just memory tests to better diagnose women in early stages of Alzheimer's disease. Medical students may be at more risk for permanent drinking news study says. Scientific burnout and school tip, there's 2 possible reasons why. DuPage County, Illinois, ranked the first in 2016 county health rankings about the Robert Wood Justice Foundation and the University of Wisconsin Population Health Institute. Peter Chell News Time is now 11:08 in the late night on this Wednesday night, and it is time now for a Trevor report. Let's look at down to this late Wednesday night, where it is smooth sailing highways and byways around Cape Cod and vicinity highways are looking good. 6 looking from Sagamore down on Orleans. Trays looking from Bourne to Falmouth. Southeastern Massachusetts highways are looking good. In Boston vicinity, Mass packeted eastbound side. It did slow from the Austin tolls all the way up to the Prue Tunnel, and then hit brakes again from South Boston all the way up to Logan Airport. 93 on the northbound side, slow from the Pike all the way up to South Station. In Boston, 93 on the northbound side, so from Somerville all the way up to Medford. Highways and byways in Worcester vicinity are looking good, and eastern Massachusetts highways are looking good. I-91 on the northbound side, a little slower on the Mass package Chickpea. And in Connecticut, I-84 on the westbound side, it is slower for the West Hartford stretch due to some road work on I-84 on the westbound side. We got a couple of accidents on I-84 eastbound side at 17, so expect a few delays. Route 9 on the southbound side, a little slower on Route 66 in Middletown. 95 on both ends, a little slower for the Old Lyme stretch. Wilbur Cross Park Green eastbound side, a little slower after Route 57 in Westport. Out in New York City vicinity, Veranda Nerds Bridge on the westbound side of 278 it's slow. 278 to the westbound side, also on Long Expressway. Long Expressway in both ends it's slow. Around the Queens Midtown Tunnel. Williamsburg Bridge on the westbound side is slow. And 90 on the northbound side, also around the World Trade Center site. FDR Tunnel on the northbound side. FDR Drive on the northbound side is slow from 495 all the way at the Queensborough Bridge. 95, it's stop and go from 278 all the way out to the George Washington Bridge. Bronx, Watson Bridge on the northbound side. Also after the Cross Island Parkway. And the Belt Park on the eastbound side. Also to do some more work in Cheapside Bay. New York State Freeway is looking good from New York all the way up to the Pennsylvania border via Buffalo. And all highways in Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine are looking good on this late Wednesday night, except for the cutoff for the main turnpike. For the main turnpike, all the way to 701 in South Portland. It's a little slow. Looking at MBTA alerts at 11:10. Ferries, they are looking good. On the subway system, it's looking good. And on the ferries, on the commuter rail, looking good. Peter Chill News Hub, 11:10 on this late Wednesday night. And it is time now for a weather report. Current radiations here in North Massachusetts at 11:10 p.m. on this late Wednesday night. The temperature is 46 degrees, overcast skies, humidity 89%, wind speed northwest at 3, and the dew point about 43 degrees, and visibility at 10 miles. Current radiation at region, it's 45 degrees in Boston and Bedford and Beverly and Gloucester, 47 in Fitchburg, 45 in Worcester, 47 in Sturbridge, 46 in Norwood and Taunton, and 44 degrees in Bedford, it's 45 in Plymouth, 42 out in Provincetown, 43 in Falmouth and Chatham, it's 43 in Martha's Vineyard, 43 in Block Island, 45 in Wesley, 46 in Providence, 45 in Smithfield, it's 44 in Montauk, 48 in Islip, 49 in New York City, 46 in Bridgeport, New Haven, it's 49 in Denver, 45 in Waterbury, 47 in Meriden and Hartford, 48 in Winslow, 50 in Springfield, 51 in Greenfield, 48 in Norfolk, 52 in Northern, 50 in Pittsfield, 57 in Albany, New York, it's 48 in Silver Springs, 52 in Rutland and Bennington, 47 in Brown, Vermont, it's 48 in Lebanon, 48 in Keene, Hampshire, 45 in Jeffrey, and Manchester, Hampshire, 46 in Nashua, and Concord, and parts of New Hampshire, and Lincoln, New Hampshire, 51 degrees out in Lebanon, New Hampshire, 45 in Manchester, New Hampshire, and Portland, Maine. Okay, let us take a look at the national map situation, and it shows state chief front through southern Oregon. A cold front from Alberta stretching all the way down from northern Montana down to North Dakota, Virginia state front with a low pressure from northwestern Minnesota stretching all the way down to the north central Ontario, stretching in the western Quebec, merging a cold front from southern Quebec stretching in northern New England and out to the Canadian Maritimes. Another state chief front from southern Nevada stretching all the way down through the greatest southwest down to Mexico and down from southern Texas, merging a cold front from the Gulf of Mexico stretching up the Carolina coast, merging a warm front from Virginia stretching out to sea, and a pink front from eastern Virginia stretching up towards upstate New York and up to northeastern Ontario, stretching in the northeast of Wisconsin with a low pressure with a front by from Wisconsin up to northern Minnesota. Another low pressure with a front by from western Texas down for Oklahoma. A front by from southern Nebraska stretching in from Wisconsin to western Michigan. Front by from eastern Colorado down for New Mexico. Front by from Idaho down in the northern Nevada. And a front by up and down the California coast. And we got low pressure in the north central Mexico, while we have high pressure ridges from Idaho down for western Colorado, and another high pressure ridge from the Ozarks stretching down for Tennessee, and a high pressure ridge around Florida. 53 degrees of temperature right now in Detroit, 57 in Pittsburgh, it's 59 in Washington, D.C., 67 in Atlanta, Georgia, 75 in Miami, 73 in Brownsville, Texas, 67 degrees in Dallas, Texas, 52 in Kansas, 50 in Omaha, Nebraska, 48 in Chicago, 43 in Minneapolis, St. Paul, 34 in Great Falls, Montana, 47 in Seattle, 62 in San Francisco, 68 in Los Angeles, it's 71 in Las Vegas, it's 83 in Phoenix, 49 in Salt Lake City, 58 in Albuquerque, and 39 in Denver, Colorado. Alright, let's take a look at the radar situation here. It shows a line of rain showers right in the Boston area, and a line of rain showers from Quincy, stretching down from Citrus, Marshfield, stretching, coming to much to the outer Eastern Cape Downs from Provincetown down from Chatham, stretching down the Nantucket with a line of band of heavy showers off the Nantucket coast that produced a couple of little thunderstorms earlier this evening. And the line is stretching all the way, hugging Gloucester, stretching up to Cape Ann, stretching on the seacoast of New Hampshire, and stretching it all the way up to western Maine, stretching up at the northern portions of New Hampshire, and all the way up into southern Quebec. And this is a line of heavy showers and thunderstorms from northeastern Pennsylvania, stretching all the way down to eastern New York, western Massachusetts, and stretching it up into Vermont. And these are all headed towards the east and northeast. So these spots that are in the path of these storms will be hearing heavy rain and thunderstorms. And when they get there, they will lose the punch. But we are not out of the stormy and rain just not yet for tomorrow. As we take a look at the radar around the country, and it shows a line of rain showers stretching from western Quebec, stretching in Ontario, merging with some snow flurries from northern Michigan, stretching up in northern Wisconsin, up in northern Minnesota, stretching from western Ontario, stretching in down to southern Manitoba, and down for southeastern and southern portions of Saskatchewan, and some snow showers in western portions of Saskatchewan and eastern and western and southwestern portions of Alberta, stretching of western Montana, and then some snow showers from western Wyoming and the northern portions of Colorado. And seeing some spotty rain, slated snow showers from southern portions of Idaho down for east central portions of Colorado and the northeastern Utah. And spotty snow showers from western Montana up in the northern Idaho. Rain showers in the northeastern portions of Washington State. Spotty snow and sleet showers from southern portions of British Columbia. And seeing some rain showers from the Great Lakes, stretching in out of western New York and stretching in eastern Ontario. A lot of rain showers up the Carolinas and a lot of rain showers up the Gulf States. Alright, let's take a look at the satellite picture here. It shows a lot of clouds coming from New England, stretching all the way down from the Great Lakes and around the Canada, from Quebec all the way down from Manitoba and then about the Saskatchewan, and then about a line of clouds coming from the Four Corner region, stretching up in the Northern Rockies and coming much of Western Canada, and another line of clouds from Mexico, stretching down the Gulf States and then up in the Carolinas and up Virginia. And some patchy clouds from the Southern Ohio Valley, stretching in Missouri. Alright, let's take a look at forecast discussion. As showers work across the region tonight, and again late Thursday with an isolated thunderstorm possible polar front. Friday we're bringing another round of scattered showers along with a gusty winds and much colder weather in the weekend. A strong coastal storm remains possible late Sunday and Monday, along with a potential for some significant rain and or snow. But don't get antsy, because I will keep my eye on the models and I will keep you posted. Remember, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days ahead. So don't get antsy. I will keep you posted on where the storm will be headed. Near-term forecast, brief bursts of rain showers, and even in weather thunderstorms are 2 words. Working across the western Massachusetts and Northern Connecticut this afternoon was driven by bursts of mid-level and still rain and will not last too long given the location. The initial activity should quickly overspread to the rest of the region, but be off the coast by 11 p.m. Radar Mossack and HR showing another batch of scattered showers across New York State. They may sweep across the region late this evening and in the very early hours of Thursday morning. However, mainly dry, weather expected toward mid-daybreak. Low temperatures are likely to be above guidance numbers of clouds and showers, mainly in the 40 and 45 degree range. Okay, let's take a look at weather notes. I'm expecting them overnight goes 39 43, and highest tomorrow 59 to 64. And we got a hazardous weather outlook. Day 1 tonight, hazardous weather not expected at the time. Day 2 for 7, Thursday to Tuesday. Isolated thunderstorms with small hail and gusty winds are possible Thursday afternoon and evening. There will be a low risk of very localized temperature wind gusts to the bay top concerned between 2 and 8 p.m. Thursday afternoon and evening. Sunday night and Monday, a coastal storm may bring significant rain or snow to the portions of southern New England late Sunday and Monday. However, confidence is lower than the tech details at the time. Alright, 7-day forecast goes like this. Tonight, showers will possibly be present before 1 a.m. Then chance of showers, patchwork after 5 a.m. Low around 40 degrees. Calm wind. Precipitation 1% new precipitation less than 7 inch possible hits. Amounts possible thunderstorms. Thursday, slight chance of showers after 3 p.m. Patchwork before 9 a.m. Otherwise, most gusts get about high about 63 degrees and that southwest wind becoming westbound 5 to 10 miles an hour more, and with gusts high 21 miles an hour. Precipitation 20%. Thursday, chance of showers rain before 10 p.m. Most gusts go about 41 degrees. Southwest at about 6 to 11 miles an hour. Precipitation is 30% new precipitation less than 10 minutes possible. For Friday, sky showers may afternoon. Parts of the sky about 51 degrees and west at about 6 to 9 miles an hour. Gusts high 24 miles an hour. Precipitation is 50%. New precipitation less than 10 minutes possible. For Friday night, part gusts got about 25 degrees and north about 9 miles an hour. Gusts high 32 miles an hour. For Sunday, both coasts go about 40, about 23 degrees. Sunday, both sides got about 42 degrees. Saturday night, snow like me after 4 a.m. Most gusts go about 23 degrees and precipitation 6%. Monday, still like before. Due to the chance of rain, most gusts got about 38 degrees. Precipitation 6%. Monday night, Chester still podcast go about 27 degrees. Chest base at 30%. Tuesday, most of the podcast got about 44 to about 27 degrees. And for Wednesday, podcast got about 49 degrees. Pairs, what a phrase of the evening. Of the day. A wet Thursday in store and a white shirt Patrick Day. This is Peter Wizard. You have a good night with a good positive attitude. I'll see you tomorrow or morning with a good positive attitude because tomorrow will be St. Patty's Day. So have the luck tomorrow. Good night. See you tomorrow.